Hey there, Isolation Nation! Do you have a sweet tooth going on? Maybe you have a birthday party that you're planning and you need a cake. Well, let's get ready and wash our hands. Grab your favorite chocolate and let's get ready to bake. Isn't the show called Stay Home and Cook? Hey everyone, and welcome back to Stay Home and Cook, where we'll make another fun and easy recipe together, and you'll see a little more of my natural hair color. Yes, we're still in isolation, and hopefully you're still spending more time in the kitchen, cooking great recipes, and getting your family together. My name is Sharla Brown, and welcome to my kitchen. By no means am I a professional chef, but like many of you who've probably been in the kitchen more these days, that you're getting better at cooking and baking and trying different things, and hopefully getting your family involved as well. On our first episode, our inspiration was bananas. We made some delicious banana cookies. And then we went on to using up some potatoes and making a delicious bacon potato cheddar soup. And today's inspiration, well, is this little guy right here. I still have him left over from Easter, and maybe you have some leftover Easter chocolate kicking around that you're not too sure what to do with. Or you might be watching right now and saying, what is she talking about? I have no idea what leftover chocolate is. And yes, he's a tasty bunny, and we're definitely going to put him to good use today. And yeah, I just thought, what else can I do besides peeling him and, eating him up? What can I turn him into? And one of my favorite desserts is molten chocolate lava cake. And right now you might be celebrating birthdays at home or having anniversaries. We've seen so many things on social media as to how people are celebrating. And maybe you're missing that favorite dessert of yours. Like you had your favorite restaurant that you went to, you looked forward to that dessert and you don't have that. Well, there's still ways of making that special and creating a wonderful dessert at home. And that's what I'm going to show you how to do today. This is a very special dessert that came from my travels. And that might be something else that you're missing and looking forward to is traveling. And I had went on a cruise, and this was the dessert that they served, or one of the choices of desserts that they served every night. And for all 7 days of my cruise, I had that dessert every single night. That's how good this recipe is. And I'm excited for you to try it, and it's so easy to make. That's the best part, is there's no real cooking involved. Everything is going to happen basically in one container. We're going to assemble everything and we're going to bake it. And that's going to be it. You're going to have the best dessert you've ever had. And I guarantee you it's going to be a hit with your family. So what you're going to need to make your molten lava cakes is 6 ounces of chocolate. Now I am using a chocolate that I already had at home. And you can go and buy baker's chocolate. You can use chocolate chips. It's calling for dark chocolate, but I say you can use any chocolate that you want to. This little guy is 200 grams. He's about 6 ounces, 6-7 ounces. So usually if you're buying a chocolate bar, you can do the conversion on Google and see how much chocolate that you need. That if you do have a favorite chocolate that you want to use, whether it's dark chocolate, milk chocolate, maybe it's chocolate peanut butter, maybe it's raspberry chocolate, that you can try different things and really change up your molten lava cake. So I'm going to get this guy in peeled and I'm going to melt him down. But the other ingredients that you're going to need is also 6 ounces of butter. So this is not a low-fat recipe. If you are working on your quarantine 15, this is a fast and easy way to do it, that's for sure. So you're going to need 6 ounces of butter. You're going to need 3 ounces of sugar. You're going to need 2 ounces of flour, and you're going to need 4 eggs. So not a lot of ingredients in this one, which is great and so easy for the kids to get involved and help you in the kitchen to make these great cakes. So if you've got your rabbit ready or your chocolate, I'm going to start by skinning my rabbit. Is it okay to say skin the rabbit? And getting him unassembled, his little bell unwrapped. He smells delicious. And we're gonna melt him down in the microwave. So chocolate is finicky to melt. Can you melt this on the stove? Yes. It's safer to always use a double boiler because chocolate burns really quickly. But a really great tip is just to melt it. I can throw this in the microwave for a minute or two, keep an eye on it, and this is gonna melt perfectly and no worries about burning your bunny. Okay, so our bunny is all melted, and just give it a stir, make sure that all the pieces are melted that's in there. And to that, you're gonna add your 6 ounces of melted butter. So you're gonna combine those in one big bowl. And give it a stir until it's completely combined. And then you can set this aside and you're gonna put together your egg mixture that's gonna actually bake your cake. And the great part about a molten chocolate lava cake and why it's called a molten chocolate lava cake is because it bakes on the outside, but it's still runny, ooey, gooey, fudgy in the middle. And so that's why it's a hit with the whole family and especially with the kids. And we're gonna finish ours off today with a scoop of ice cream, and that's something I highly recommend doing. And it melts amazing and tastes delicious together. So we're gonna take 4 eggs and I'm going to crack and put those into a bowl. And you're going to beat those eggs and whisk them up really good. So to your egg mixture, you're gonna add 3 ounces of your sugar. And I'm gonna give that a stir as well. Make sure it's really combined together. You can use a whisk if you want to. I'm just using a fork. Works just as well. And 2 ounces of flour. So as you can see, it's such an easy recipe and something that the kids can definitely do and make, and nothing to do on the actual stove. It's really just assembling everything together. Arm workout. So if you're finding that you have little pieces of flour and stuff in there and you're not quite getting it, I just switched over to a whisk just to be able to mix it a little bit more thorough and to be able to break those little pieces of flour up, and so that your cake is nice and smooth and you have no baked in flour pieces at the end. So I think it's pretty much ready to go. And we're going to combine your egg mixture that has your egg, your sugar, and your flour in it into your chocolate mixture. Now the thing is that's important to know is that let your chocolate cool a little bit. You never want to scramble eggs in your chocolate. So if you have really piping hot chocolate that maybe you melted it and it heated up too much, make sure you let it cool down enough that when you pour your egg mixture in there, it isn't going to scramble your eggs. So I'm just going to add in a little bit at a time. And that's another great tip for also bringing your mixture to temperature, is that you add a little bit at a time, keep mixing it in, and then add a little bit more. And that'll cool off your chocolate liquid as well. How easy was that? You know, not many ingredients, putting everything together in one bowl. The family can get involved in terms of putting everything together. And it looks so amazing when it's all done. You'll see the finished product in terms of it's not only a delicious dessert, but it's really special in that if you're looking for something for that birthday that's in your family, maybe there is an anniversary or something that you're looking to celebrate, then you can still make those occasions special without even having to leave your house. So our next step is baking our cakes. And to do that, you're gonna need ramekins. These make individual servings, and you can pick these up at a kitchen store. You can get these at the dollar store, and maybe you have some at home or a similar type container that you can use. But what's great is they make individual servings. So this makes 4 servings. These are pretty good sized portions, as you can tell. But if you wanted to make 6 smaller ones, there's usually different sizes that ramekins come in. And you're gonna wanna grease each one so that the cake doesn't stick to the sides. So my trick for whenever I butter containers or baking pans is I use a Ziploc baggie that you can put your hand right in, and then you're not getting the mess on your hands, and just taking one and coating the sides and coating the bottom, and it's just making sure that your cake isn't going to stick or burn to your ramekin. Awesome, and voila, you turn it inside out and you've got no mess to clean up afterwards. So I've got my 4 ramekins, and you're just gonna pour an equal portion, or about an equal portion, in each container. So when I started, I had set my oven to 390 degrees, And you really want to pay attention to your baking time in your oven. Maybe you need to practice with these a couple of times to get it right. As to the perfect consistency for a molten chocolate lava cake. It should be baked like a cake around the outside, but it should still be liquidy and fudgy and gooey in the middle. And so I know that for my oven, it's about 14 minutes for the baking time at 390 degrees. So I would say start with that, but turn on your oven light, keep an eye on them, and I'll show you what they should look like once they're baked. So I'm gonna switch over to my spatula, and I'm gonna pour these guys. And that's all that's left is to bake them. So make sure your oven is set at 390 degrees. Preheat it before you even start. Set the timer for 14 minutes, put your cakes in, and just keep an eye on them. Turn on your oven light and just watch that they don't get too overcooked because you want that fudgy, gooey center. So our time's up. We're gonna pull out our amazing cakes and they smell delicious. So I'm gonna put them out on top and I'm just gonna let them sit a little bit because when they first come out, they're gonna be extra hot. And so you still want them warm when you serve them, but you wanna let them cool a little bit so that you can handle them and you can put your ice cream on them. So here we have it, our molten chocolate lava cake. It looks like a beautiful baked cake, but as you can see, it's really soft and squishy, and below the crust is the fudgy, ooey, gooey middle. But to finish it off, it wouldn't be complete without a scoop of ice cream. And it's my favorite way to finish it. And if you're using this for a birthday cake, this is what makes it, and you can even put your candle in it. So here we have it, our wonderful ooey gooey molten chocolate lava cake. A perfect dessert for that birthday party, that anniversary, or just any special day that you want to celebrate with your family. So in our tradition, I'm going to leave you with one final quote, again by the great Julia Child, that a birthday party or any party without a cake is just a meeting. So I encourage you this week is to try your own molten lava cake and join us next time with more on Stay Home and Cook. Please, please stop barking. Please stop barking. This is my moment. This is my moment. You're ruining it. No barking. Gee, you had your moment in the last show.